Hello, hello, hello. This is hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to the show. This is the road trip. I'm sitting here with my man, Mr. Tom. Mr. Tom, how are you doing?
I'm not bad at all, Gary. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, doing good. Looking at that intro, at some point that intro is going to change because guess what? The new season will be amongst us soon, or will be coming up soon. So we're going to have to change our everything, intros, backdrop, our like what they call it, thumbnails and all that jazz for the new season. And one of my thumbnails will have a trophy associated with it because why not? Yeah, yeah. What's
I've
up?
not seen him in a long time. I've not seen Why Not for a while.
That is true. That is true. And things have been good. So I don't know what's going on. What's up? Says BX Gunner. Welcome to the show, BX.
Stop being good. Hey, BX.
I don't know what. Yeah, why would he not show up, huh? So got Tayyib is joining us from the Instagram. So welcome to the show. He's on the Instagram. Yeah, I shared this out to the Instagram to see what's going on there. So that's cool. So welcome to the show. This is I think, what is it? The 191st
former Leeds United owner.
Road trip.
Ken Bates died age 94.
Oh no. Did he help do good things?
He kind of saved Leeds.
Oh, so there you go. So I guess he did
He bought Leeds for £1 though, admittedly, because that's how bad things were.
So does it mean it was bankrupt as and just a monetary?
Leeds had no money, and he did it to get Leeds on the cheap, presumably.
Well, if he's taking debt on, then he's not doing it on the cheap.
Yes.
But he might be doing it on the cheap because maybe the debt is less than the team could have possibly been worth if it was in a good standing, right? So yeah, that's cool. Like, you don't see those dollar. You see the dollar deals now, and you've got to like wonder, what's going on? But I can understand it back then. I mean, I think even if something's in debt, you still pay out something, right? Nobody's going to walk away from something that actually makes money and say, no, I'm just going to give it to you for $1, even if it does, even if it is in debt. So yes. So, Mr. Tom, I guess since we're here and you have your top on, and I think that means you're a Leeds fan.
It might mean that, yes.
What's the latest on the Leeds front?
Leeds have signed Harry Wilson from Fulham, well, from free transfer, but from Fulham, essentially.
That is a...
we have also... has Arsenal signed any goalkeepers lately? I think it's a fair question to ask.
Yeah, they signed this like top young... Well, when he was young, top goalkeeper. I believe is he from France? I think he's from France.
I would say he should represent the French team, but he's not getting in the French team anytime soon, is he?
No.
Got to actually play football for that to occur.
Yeah, we'll catch up real quick on that, but we'll say, yeah, that's right. Rest in peace to Ken Bates, former owner of Leeds. Hello, Gary. Bye, Gary. Hello, Tom. Bye, Tom, says Anthony Herbert. Welcome to the show. Got Dan in the house. Oi, oi. And VX Gunner and everybody saying hello to each other. Anthony Herbert, we signed this goalkeeper that fans didn't rate. No, I mean, I don't know if anybody, I don't know who would rate him. In about what 13 months basically, or probably about 13. No, probably about 15 months. 15 months ago, he would have been the number one Leeds goalkeeper, if I recall. And less than a month later, he would have been the number 3 going in. Well, I guess a couple months later, he would have been the number 3 going into the new season, as they went to the Premier League. So, Mr. Tom, like I said, has lost a lot of hair because of Mr. Elon Melier. And I actually showed him a little clip, a little gift of one of Melier's favorite hits, as they may say. He basically reached down to grab a ball and just let it continue through.
Is that the one that was a Junior Firpo own goal?
I think so. I think he was just passing it back to him, and it might have been a deflection back to him because he wouldn't have been reaching down for it, right? I mean, the Sunderland one, I think the one, the Sunderland one was the backwards one, but that was a deflection, wasn't it, off of Thurpo? It was a shot. I thought it got deflected, and all he had to do was just basically push it away, and he either misjudged or something. And he's got some. Let's just say he's got some wonderful hits. If you love to make fun of goalkeepers, let's just say
you can do a montage of his goalkeeping. I'll say that much.
It's the epitome of agony of defeat going down the slopes kind of thing. You ever seen like back in the days, the ABC would have the agony of defeat, and they would show the guy skiing down and then basically eating it and just tumbling down. That would be Meslier's best hits.
Leeds would be comfortably on top in a game in the Championship, not in the Premiership. Leeds are not in the Premier League, but comfortably ahead in a game that we throw away. We're ahead in the Championship. So against teams that are not even in the top 30 teams in the country, and he would manage to find defeat or failure from the jaws of victory.
Yeah.
Really impressive in hindsight.
Yeah.
I wish him luck.
Yeah, I mean, I think as long as he continues to be the number 3 goalkeeper, I mean, I don't even want him to be the number 2 keeper when Raya's not playing. That's how bad I think he could have been. He may be. And I don't, it's scary what he's done. I think he'll do better with Arsenal because I think if they can, they won't play him for as long as they can until they feel comfortable. And if Arteta is a man of his word, based on his actions as well, if he doesn't trust you, he won't play you. So unless Meslier does something in practice that shows up, you probably won't see him play at all. Won't see him playing all Jose and Anthony and
it's very funny, isn't it, to see that he went from my team to your team.
That is interesting. Yeah, that is definitely interesting.
Didn't have that on my bingo card.
Nobody had that on the bingo card, and nobody. Here you go, Mr. Tom. It's the early question of the day, or a question, Mr. Tom.
7-7.
So yeah, you're not taking this seriously.
I honestly don't know.
No, who do you think is going to win?
I think on quality, England should win.
By how many goals?
Let's just say I think it would be 2-1 to England.
Okay. And is that a comfortable 2-1?
It all depends on whether, basically, if we can stifle Haaland from getting the ball, we'll win.
Yeah.
And if we don't, we won't.
Yeah. That will come. I think that will come a little bit from how Rice plays in the midfield. Because I think if Rice can play, he will help everybody in the midfield, and that will make things a little bit challenging for Erdogan, and thus a little bit challenging to get the ball up the pitch. So, yeah, I think it comes down to the midfield battle like the usual, but this one explicitly because if Rice is playing at his level and Erdogan is playing at their level, I think Rice wins that one in terms of who dominates the midfield. So, and Norway's defense isn't that good. Whereas
there's a goal. There's a goal at Boston. There's a goal.
That is not what we wanted to bring up at this juncture of the show. This is the part of the show I hate. Yeah.
Sorry, Gary.
No, it's fine. Nobody cares except for Mr.
Lincoln
Tom and everybody
City
who hates
gone
me.
1-0 up at Boston. 1-0 up at Boston.
Now, is that really Boston or is that a different Boston?
Boston United. Boston United, of course.
Okay, all right.
Not the Boston that has the New England Patriots.
All right. So I you know what? I don't even know what I win either way, right? If England wins, then the England boys continue on and get to play most likely Argentina to see who goes to the final. If Norway wins, then the English boys get to go home and rest for an extra couple of days. All right, less wear and tear on Rice. Saka doesn't have to push himself, and of course Eze and Madueke have not really been playing much, so they've really had time to recharge at least and get so they'll be fine. So, and an Arsenal player will continue on. If Argentina were to win, all right, that would mean there'll be an Arsenal player in the final regardless, but there could be two sets of Arsenal players depending on how things go with think about it. If Argentina were to lose, then it'll be two sets of Arsenal players, or two. Well, no, only one, because Switzerland does not have Arsenal. I don't think we can count Xhaka anymore. So yeah, there'll be an Arsenal player in the final, be it 3 or be it 1, because France and Spain one of them will definitely make it. All right, so yeah, so you got my prediction. I'm okay. My prediction is I guess 2-0 England. I just wanted a comfortable win. I think that's what they need. I don't think they're going to pose as big of a threat as Mexico did, but they have better weapons, which is kind of a oxymoron there. But the thing is, I think as an 11, I don't think they're going to be playing the same way Mexico did and put pressure on England the same way. I don't think. They have weapons, but I don't think they, as a 11, will give them as many. I don't think they'll give as many problems as Mexico did in Azteca, right? So I don't. Yeah, and where are they playing? They are playing. It's a 5:00 game. They're playing in Miami. They're going to Miami. Yeah. Meslier would get less minutes than Norgard. I hope so. Well, definitely less than Norgard. Norgard got like 1,000 minutes in the season. Only like you're talking about Premier League. If he has, if we don't, we should have a number 2 regardless ahead of him. So yeah, I think Ray doesn't need to play all 38 games in the Premier League, but we need to have a decent number 2, and who that is. If it's not Kepa, we'll see. If that is the question, right?
Gary Audio's kind of gobbled.
All right. Let me see.
Better now.
All right. So I move the microphone around. Hopefully that works. All right. Yeah, I don't know. That's a weird one. Well, hopefully he's got 2 more matches left. Is that right? No, 3 more. It's the quarterfinals. Possibly 3 more matches left on that leg. Will he make it through? I don't know. Might be a blessing in disguise if England doesn't make it for his leg, but I think England should be able to make it to the final. So we'll see. What do you think about Rice playing on a bum leg and a bum hamstring, or with hamstring issues?
I'd risk his entire health for World Cup, personally.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think you're not going to get a chance like this one, but you have to play France or Spain, and you have to play Argentina, so it's not going to be an easy. Most likely
I don't
Argentina.
have to think about Arsenal's well-being at all, do I?
No, you should. No, I don't think anybody. I don't think teams. I don't think you can. You don't really get these chances every year, right? You only get it once every 4 years, so you got to play your best when you can, and hope they can get the job done early so you can rest them. We shall see. With Konza being out, would you bring in Dan Burn to Mark Harland? I think that this would be a good choice. I don't think so. I don't think you're ready. No, you bring him in to close out. You bring Dan Burn in to close out, but not to start the game.
Dan Burn was fine bringing him on at the end of the game against Mexico because we were already deep in our own box defending. Whereas if you're going to stick Dan Burn against Haaland and you have him stood on the halfway line, Haaland's going to absolutely abuse him.
there's no reason to punish yourselves. Like, I mean, not have him running at your back line. I mean, no, I don't think you want to do that. So yeah, does like go with your back four, right? Figure out who that. I think Reese James is supposedly practicing. So if he's practicing and he can play on that left side, I think it is that right?
Concer's not out though. Didn't Thomas Tuchel do an interview saying that the only two players that are not playing will be the suspended player and Jordan Henderson?
Oh, I'm getting Konza and however you say the other guy's name, Quensel. How do you say his name?
Yeah, is it Kwanzaa? I don't know what it
There's
is. I've
Konza and
only heard of it
Kwanzaa.
when he got sent off.
Yeah, Kwanzaa as opposed to Konsa. So Kwanzaa is out, sorry, and Konsa is in. And based on this, O'Reilly and Spence are going to be your. Oh yeah, so Konsa being out, I don't know what that is. He might have meant Kwanzaa as a. Yeah, Konsa is based on the predicted alignment on FootMob. Konsa would be playing. Oh wait, Gahey is out. Oh, Gahey's a doubt. If he's a doubt, he's in. He's got a hamstring issue supposedly. So I mean, I'd rather play Jordan Henderson with a bum wrist than I think that So I don't know.
Gay, Declan Rice, and Reece James were training with the England team as of 13 hours ago.
Yeah, so I think that's weird because it says Gahey has a hamstring issue. That's why he's not in the starting lineup. But Rice is, and he's got a worse hamstring issue, or it says injury. So
could it be? It sounds like more of these mind games that teams do.
Well, this is the predicted lineup, and they're probably going. They can take out Gahey, which I don't think they can. I think I'd rather if Gahey can play, I'd rather start him than have him sit on the bench and then come in. Right? Spence will need to do much better against Nusa than he did in his last couple of outings, or at least the last one, because he's been getting torn to shreds. And Konsa should look out. I guess it all depends on that right side. The right side could make things easy for Spence if they put pressure on Norway, which I think they should be able to. I don't know who on the back line for Norway. Wolf, Hagen, Ayer, and Ryerson, Scario. Sanderberg has played good, right? Burge. They have Burge and a Berg on that left side of that center and left side of the midfield. All right. We've our very own Viking today. Where's our very own the very own Viking today? He is preparing for this match, which is 7 hours from now. I don't know what that means. What that entails. Mr. Tom seems to think it means he'll be drinking as we speak.
Sam Greenwood, I believe it's a reference to.
I don't know. Is there another Viking that's on this show?
Mr. Greenwood.
Is there another Viking on this show? Is there any other one?
Pol Pot.
Okay, there's no more. Oh my gosh. Where did you get that answer? I don't know. Arsenal should go for the big Mexican Montez. He's cheap and not playing for a top club. Is he Premier League? Is he Premier League prepped? And not ready. Don't be a Pulisic. What? Who's that?
Is Beatrice Is BX trying to push Latino footballers on us again?
Yeah. I don't know.
He knows I caught him out on this. He knows I caught him out on his history of this. He always does this. I love him for it, but I've still got to say it.
He's trying to keep his buddies in business. Here we go. Got Raymond Kangumba in the house. Thanks for joining us. Oh, this is Big Gunner. How are you? Manzabi for 60 mil. Move deal for Newcastle United and full amount of money
for him.
Let me finish what I'm reading. Dude, I'm trying to read here. You're talking nonsense. Stop it. Let me start over again. Hi, BX Gunner. How are you? Manzabi for 60 mil. Move for Newcastle United and full amount of money for Manzabi deal for Newcastle United, right? Yes, from Ray. And get Manzabi on the plane now, Ray. That's a lot of Rays. All right. Yeah, I don't know this Manzabi guy, but I think you were pushing him in the last time we were out. But cool. Let's do a sweepstakes of when Reece James hamstring snaps again. Oof. Well, if they can get some minutes out of him today, that might be a good thing. They might need it, or they might not. Raymond saying hello. Hey, play Jordan Henderson. I'd rather play Sam Greenwood. I'm just saying, you go to experience sometimes over, not right. Jordan Henderson at 50 is probably better than some players at 30. So if he's healthy enough to play, then yeah, that's all I'm saying. He's always pushing a Spanish or Latino fellow, so he's looking out for his brethren, man. Looking out for his brethren.
So,
All right.
how many of you pushed this summer, BX? Just for argument's sake, should we pretend that he's pushed 3 Latin players? And if that's the case, Gary, I think that deserves
A
3
dance break?
seconds of a dance break.
Let's do it, because yes, we deserve to see some dancing.
Right.
Why is it not ready? Why is it not queued? That's cute. Ah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, motherfucker. Shalom.
Oh, you gotta love that. Yes, only here on the road trip do you get the dance break, the real dance break, the top dance break, with a lot of Shimon and E in it. All right, Mr. Tom. So, where are we right now? Let's go to the World Cup. Let's start there. So, next up, right, got some big games today. Or should I say, let's go back to what happened yesterday. Let's go back to what happened yesterday and the day before. So, first up, France and Morocco. Tight game for a little bit, right? Tight game for a little bit. Went into halftime 0-0. Mbappe misses a penalty kick. It was a poor kick, one, but it also took like 5 minutes before he got to take it. So I guess mentally he was a little bit, I think it mentally affected him. I think waiting that long to take a penalty kick and then setting up to take a penalty kick and then having to wait makes no sense. You shouldn't even spot the ball until you're ready to go, right? They shouldn't be spotting the ball going, we'll do it as soon as the video break is done. And it's like, it's not done. Just wait till it's done and then set them up. But, Mbappe misses that, but he does make up for it with his shot later on, which is a very nice shot. Goalkeeper sees it very, very late. Nice shot around the defender. By the time the goalkeeper sees it, it's in the back of the net. And then Dembele needs to join in too, and so he takes a shot from distance on the ground. Goalkeeper, can't see it. Goalkeeper who was playing really well. The Morocco goalkeeper was keeping things clean, I believe, but then eventually that didn't help, or at least I think he was. Morocco, I don't know if they put up much of a front. Did you watch the match, Mr. Tom?
I did watch the match. They were very disappointing.
Yeah, Morocco didn't do much. 5 shots in the game compared to 22. Yeah.
It was the footballing equivalent of the bully in the schoolyard holding you by the top of your head at arm's length. Very comfortable. I was very happy with it because it's what I said would occur on your show on the Wednesday evening.
Yeah.
To the letter.
Yeah, France is pretty good, I think, defensively. They've got one William Saliba in the back line who is playing very well, and I think in the last 13 games I've heard, he's given up one. His team has given up one non-penalty goal. Pretty good, and he's pretty good, and I think he's still got room to grow. I don't think he's at his peak yet. He's not at Van Dijk levels yet, right? So he still has room to grow into this position called center back. Yeah. Yep. So that was the first game on Thursday, and yesterday we got Spain versus Belgium. The Belgium goalkeeper was actually the goalkeeper who was playing really well and keeping Spain at bay, if I recall. Yeah, I think he did really well, the goalkeeper for Belgium. Don't know. What's his name? Courtois. He got injured. Had to come off. He did. He did. I think he did really well to keep the game close as he did. Fabian Ruiz scores in the 30th minute on a, if I recall, that was a ball. Couture saves it, but he saves it right in front of his goal.
Oh no, they'd already made the change, Gary, by that point because he came off
Oh,
injured.
oh, that's right. It doesn't say when he came
got
off.
subbed out for Lamens, I believe, is a Man United goalkeeper.
Yeah, but but that happened. When did that happen? Why is it not showing that substitution?
It definitely happened because I saw
No,
it.
no, it
happen.
said. Oh, you know what? I'm looking at the wrong team. That happened. I thought that happened. Yeah, that happened later. Yeah, no. The first goal he was on the pitch for. The second goal, he was on the pitch for as well. He was on the pitch for both goals. He got subbed in the 71st minute, according to this. And both goals were. Oh well, you're right. You're right. Sorry, the last goal was scored.
Mikel Merino scored in the 88th minute.
Yeah, the 30th minute. It was a save by Couture. I don't know how you say his name.
He got took off at 1-1, I believe it was.
Yeah. And then they scored, and then I think the attacker for Belgium, who actually has shown up in the last two matches, Catalaire. Basically, I think he's got 3 goals in 2 matches in the knockouts. Was able to score once again. I think that's because of some poor defense. They couldn't get. I think he beat somebody in the air, and was able to put the ball away. But that was
Laurie, though. He's still a loser because he chose AC Milan over Leeds United.
AC Milan over Leeds United.
Yeah, he's a loser.
That's a tough, difficult choice. Said no one ever.
It went really well for him though, because they ended up shitting him out to Atlanta.
Yep, and then Belgium started pulling out their players. Trossard comes off in the 60th minute, and De Bruyne comes off in the 86th minute. Lukaku was on at the 60th minute, but wasn't enough. As in the 88th minute, or around the 80th minute, let's see, when did Moreno come on? Moreno came on in the 86th minute. And 2 minutes later, after I think his first touch in the game, he gets his second touch as a goal off of I think a deflection or a goalkeeper, save or whatever. And Moreno scored in back-to-back games late, give Spain the win, and they move on. So there you go. Arsenal's third or fourth striker and second or third midfielder. All he does is score. And then going in today, we got big games today to finish up the other side of the draw for the semi-final matches. Norway, England, Argentina, Switzerland. First up, Norway and England. Mr. Tom, you said you think England will win 2-1. Yeah. It's going to be
Don't get me wrong. If we don't win, Gary, it's not going to kill me. Like, I don't hang my entire football identity on the England team, otherwise I wouldn't be on earth.
True. Well, I don't know about that. Yeah, I get that. That should be a good game. I think England has the numbers, meaning they probably got the better 11. Defensively, I think England has the better defense. Attacking wise, it's a wash between Haaland and Kane, I believe. Yeah, they both offer good things at the striker position. Erdogan and Rice, depends on Rice's hamstring. I think Rice wins that. Otherwise, I'm not sure. Let's see, I'm not sure who Norway can bring up that will make a difference for them, right? I think Nusa can make a difference, right? And Nusa against Spence could be a good challenge.
What I will say about this World Cup is, from what I've seen of it, I'm very happy that Leeds did not pay 50 million for Strand Larsen, because he is fucking shite.
Yeah.
And now I've said that, he's going to score against England tonight.
Yeah, but that means he'll have to come off the bench to do it, right?
Well, certainly.
Because he's not starting, or he probably won't start. All right, so that is the England game. Next up, later on the night, that's at as you said, about 2 a.m. your time.
Yeah.
Argentina and Switzerland. Argentina, who seems to be destined to make it to the final for sure, based on how things are going. I don't think anybody's happy with the way the refereeing has gone. But before we get to that game, we'll say hi to a couple of people. Got Rosie in the house. She says hi, Allison, and the original Homer, and I don't know why she keeps bringing it up. I'm moving on.
I can
Hope all is
explain
well.
that.
No, you don't need. No, don't do it. Don't do it, or else I'm gonna do the show by myself.
Sacramento.
I don't like you. All right, how many Liverpool players are still in the World Cup? I don't think we care. And are there any? I don't think so. Right? No, there might. No, I don't think so.
I know
Yeah,
there's
no.
still one Leeds player.
McAllister is still in. So there you go. McAllister, if Messi gets his way, will probably be all the way in, all the way to the end, based on what we've seen so far. Otherwise, I don't think they have anybody else, right? I think that's it for Liverpool players. An England team, Jordan Henderson's. They can try to claim him. Norway, I don't think so. Spain and France, no. All right, we're moving on. An Arsenal player looks very light to come back a World Cup winner. Yeah, there's only Argentina and Switzerland can stop that from happening. That's it. So depending on the fact that they play each other means only Argentina or Switzerland can stop that from happening. All right. Raymond says, hi, DWTT, Mr. Tom.
What's DWTT stand for, Gary?
Don't waste a trip. We're moving on. 28. How are you? We're doing well, right, Mr. Tom? We're good?
I'm not bad, Raymond. I'm not bad.
Yeah. And he's pushing Menzabi again. Newcastle United should sign Menzabi for 60 mil, move the deal full amount of money. He likes that play. He's been pushing him for like weeks now. But you know what? I don't know who that is. I don't think Arsenal needs him, so I don't care. Rafinha back to Leeds would be kind of cool. What?
You know what would also be kind of cool and just as likely is if Leeds announced the signing of Margot Robbie for the bar stuff.
I assume that's not happening. So,
just same as Rafinha back to Leeds probably ain't happening.
Did I say hi to Nems? No, I didn't. Nems, welcome to the show. Nems talks in the house. Why would that Liverpool chat came up? All right, we're moving on. France is winning it. You think France is winning it? France, Spain.
I do think they're winning it.
They have the best chances. I think Spain has they have a good squad as well. France probably has the better squad, but they don't have a Moreno. So if the game's tight, you bring on a Moreno versus bringing on like a Barcola or whoever France can bring on, because everybody they bring on seems to be good. That could be the difference. All right, so let's get into the Argentina-Switzerland match.
The only Leeds player left in the tournament at Switzerland. No Okafor.
Yes, and he doesn't start, at least according to this thingy.
No, he doesn't, which I'm very happy about because there's more chance he'll come back fit.
Very true. Very true.
He's an injury-prone footballer, so the less football he can do, the better.
Yeah, well, I guess more games they play, the more chances. Well, I guess if Switzerland were to win, so this might be the last chance. This might be the last chance. Can Xhaka keep them holding on, and it will. Martinez will. How will Martinez do? Right? That's the other thing. Yes, Anthony Herbert at first DWTT was always don't waste the trip. Don't waste the tweet was a play on words because I had a Twitter account. That's what it was.
How many tweets have you wasted, Gary?
Lots.
How many tweets do you think I've wasted?
Double I've wasted.
All of them.
Yeah, but it's fun to do that. But anyway, so that's the games for today. I think we're both thinking England and Argentina will probably move on. I'd like to see chaos. So Switzerland win would be really nice. Norway winning, it's a chaos. It would be chaos, I think, definitely for most. But I think the way Norway's been playing, you know, they could get the job done. Think so?
I think Lionel Messi is one of the most overrated footballers ever.
I think you are talking nonsense again, once again.
He's never scored a World Cup goal against England. Never
That doesn't matter. But he's won a World Cup, so who cares? Why does he care? Nobody cares about scoring against a specific country when they've won the World Cup.
He's a loser. And the referee
when you consider the GOAT. No, you know what? Here's the thing I hate about the thing is, I mean, Messi as a player, as a person, I don't see anything wrong with whatever he's done. He seems to keep himself away from the nonsense with the Argentinian team, which I guess is good for him, but it shows that he doesn't want controversy. Why can't he tell his team, you guys are idiots? Stop doing stupid stuff, right? He seems to shield himself from that stuff, and then he doesn't have to deal with it. But I think he should stand up and say, "You guys are idiots. This is 2026. This stuff makes no sense anymore." Right? If you know what I mean, if you know what I'm talking about, you know. So I think that would make sense. But you know what? He doesn't do that. But some people can do it. Some people can't. But yeah, as a footballer and a person, I feel like he's done all right. He's okay. And Mr. Tom having any hate for him, I think, is ridiculous.
I just think it's weighted heavily towards him and Mbappe being.
That has nothing to do with the person. I don't feel. I think that has to do with money. I always think, like, everybody thinks it's hate. I think it's money. None of this stuff is for hate. All of this is for money. Most things are for money. It seems like it comes out for hate sometimes, but this is all for money. Messi making it to a final is money. It's money.
I think the referee in the Egypt match was an absolute farce.
Yeah, I think that penalty that took away the second goal was definitely they definitely are looking for a way to pull the game, keep the game close. And then the fact that they didn't want to call it later in the game, a similar situation. They didn't even want to look. Right? They didn't even look, I don't think. Similar situation, a foul that led to a goal. They didn't want to look. But they wanted to look, different. Like, it shouldn't matter if it's 1 minute left in the match or 1 minute into the match. The call's the call, right? I never get this. Well, the game's tight. I don't want to affect the game. Well, the game's tight in the beginning, and you were okay to let it go there or not, right? It doesn't make a difference, right? I think you're supposed to do your job. Nobody said you can only do your job in the last 5 minutes of a match or in the first 85, right? Nobody says that. You're supposed to be a 90. You're supposed to do it for all the minutes of the match.
With the exception of Argentina playing Austria in the group stage, they've basically essentially gone through the AFCON tournament.
Yeah, they've had an easy run. Not all they're doing, right? They don't get to pick who they play, right?
Do
they? They don't get to pick who they play, right?
I think they might have a. Don't know how to word this properly, but I feel like they are not going to dissuade the situation to make things easier for themselves.
I guess when you look at their draw, right? Cape Verde should have beat them. Egypt should have beat them. Switzerland has the last chance before our final. So, but otherwise, Australia, Algeria, Switzerland, Colombia, and Ghana were the only other teams that would have had a chance, and that's probably not the same as the England run where they had to go up against possibly Brazil and Mexico. right? Those would have been the two big teams on that side, and they got the job done. So Spain and France having to meet means that's the toughest side, but Spain didn't have big teams to play. Portugal was not, I think, playing well. Belgium gave them a better game, I think, than Portugal did. Portugal, I think, should have been more challenging. France basically has done. I mean, I think, yes, France has done. They just got the win basically. France has just got the wins. Switzerland they ran away with, but then otherwise, 1-0, 2-0 there. Got Russ in the house. He says hello. Good evening to you, sir. Last World Cup, says Big Gunner, the Dutch were screwed over by the ref in Argentina. Kind of, some people say we're seeing the same thing right now. Argentina's getting away with a lot. Xhaka may have an answer for that, right? May have an answer for that. Question, Mr. Tom. Coming from Anthony Herbert. Mr. Tom, are you ordering a takeaway later? If so, what would you be having? Or what do you fancy?
The last 2 Saturdays I've had Chinese. So this Saturday I'm going to have chicken, grilled chicken, and I'm probably going to have a lemon and herb sauce on it. God, it's delicious.
Nice. There you go, folks. It's lemon and herb chicken, roasted chicken or grilled chicken. There you go. Argentina will never have the Falklands. There you go. That's a statement. That is a statement there. That is a statement. What else we got going on, Mr. Tom? Oh, Arsenal.
Who else we got going on? Boston United 0, Lincoln City 1 in our undisputed, unofficial World Club Championship match.
And actually, nobody cares. Actually, nobody really cares about that one. Nobody.
Let me transform the image. So
anybody doesn't care, right? We all don't care.
There you go. Delicious. You can now alter the images so they actually fit on the screen properly.
Oh, that's kind of cool. So, Arsenal, as far as transfer, we know about Meslier. We know about Hinkapie, whose loan deal has been finalized, so he's in. We know about, what else do we got here? We know about, right now, Bruno Guimaraes.
Wait, you got to talk about Arsenal transfer business, Gary?
Stop. Bruno Guimaraes.
Let's start a new segment called Gary Sauce.
Oh, yes, that's the new thing. Yes, we have a little chat in our chat where everybody hates on my source but loves other sources out there who have just as much information, if not worse sometimes. So, but anyways, Bruno Guimaraes is basically, he should be pretty much an Arsenal player at the end of it. Arsenal might have to pay more than they want, but I think they're going to do it anyways. Next up on top of that, then Morgan Rogers is on the slate, but if his price is too hard, I know Arsenal will just walk away from that deal. Barcola is on there. Also, he's going to be a lot of money. I don't know if they're going to want to spend that money for him. Zolis, the Greek attacker, is slated to come in and replace Trossard, which means if that's the case, then it means we're still looking for a number 1 left winger. I know we don't, my source will tell you we're not looking for left wingers specifically, but I think we are looking for a player who can play really well on the left wing. Not just, he can also do a job there. I believe he should be well versed on that side of the pitch. Otherwise, what's the point of bringing somebody in? We have people that can play there, not their favorite position or not their strongest, even those that's their only position. So that's how that's playing out. Ethan and Weary, I've heard, might be staying with the team. I like the idea of that. I think he deserves to get a chance. I think he offers something that some of our players don't have. Max Dallman, of course, see increased minutes from him now that he's done his GCSEs, I think it's called. So he should be getting, getting what he needs in terms of minutes. Raymond's going to be pushing Manzabi again. I'm not reading it this time. I think it's the same thing, but you're pushing the guy. I hope he's really good. I hope you get him, but I don't know. Mr. Tom, nobody cares. Apparently, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Raymond still pushing Manzabi. All right, dude. You think it's on the plane now? All right. Arsenal apparently exploring a deal for Vinny Jr. Well, I don't know. All I know is him and his agent, Vinny and his agent, are talking. Who knows what that means? They could be talking about. Supposedly, some of the talk is to just stay in Real Madrid. I think Arsenal could pay a salary, especially if they get rid of Jesus and Trossard's out. That's basically Vinny Jr.'s money per week. The money's to get him. That's basically, if you get a Vinny Jr. and a Bruno Gomes, then I think you've done a good job in the window. I think you've done a good job. I'm not reading your question, Rosie, just because I hate those words that you put on the page there. I'm not reading it.
You should read that question, Gary.
Ray, stop spamming, please. Yeah, Ray. Manzabi, I get it, but we don't need. No, I'm not reading it. You can read it if you want, but I'm not reading it. Rosie, you got to the point where I am filtering out some of your silly messages. Yeah, you put in 2 negative words in there. I'm not. No.
Sacramento, baby.
This is so stupid. All right, Mr. Tom, go ahead. Do what you want to.
Did you know Hogan was a community group leader in Sacramento?
That's terrible. That's terrible for Sacramento. I'm sorry that
you're... Out of respect for you, Gary, I actually deleted the Hogan fist helmet picture.
Thank you very much. That deserved to be removed from our vault. Yeah, we've gone 45 minutes now. We should have a break. But before we do, Mr. Tom, how's Lincoln City getting on?
You know what, guys? As this happens, we're going to have a very special Lincoln City-inspired dance break. What do you think, Gary?
No.
That's exactly right, Gary. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Yeah, Kim. Do it. Yeah. Come on, motherfucker. Come on. They are currently heading into the 46th minute, and it's 1-0 to Lincoln City.
You can't but laugh.
As it stands.
Yeah, you can't but laugh at that dance. It's great. It's great. Yeah, so Raymond even asked for it, and we got you. You know what? I didn't want to read your whatever you posted. You're not spitting facts. And you know what? You're spitting facts. Yes, the machine. Facsimile. Yeah, that's what you're spitting. You're not facts, like, legit stuff. I'm convinced that Sam. If that's Sam, he must love him some Manzabi. You know what 2 negatives make? I don't care. I don't like your math. The Glorious. Sam Greenwood, speaking of the devil. There you go. The Glorious Devil Wankers are leading 1-0. Who cares? Yeah. No, Rosie, this is where you should get somebody time her out.
Yeah,
no, I'm just kidding.
Rosie.
I thought you said you removed it, and then you're a liar.
It, but she said to bring it back, so I just brought it back quickly.
You don't listen to Rosie ever again.
It's gone. It's gone now. It's gone.
No, I'll check, and if it's not there, you are bad. Nems is saying Leeds made a good kit. He must. Is that the new kit you're wearing?
This was our kit in the championship. To be fair.
Yeah, we've
but
answered
the new away kit is excellent in my opinion.
Oh, cool. I think I bought the new Arsenal kit in one of their away kits.
That's very good, Raymond. Everyone needs to know how Lincoln City are currently doing.
Nobody needs to know that.
I love the support, everyone. I love it.
No, nobody needs to know that. Nobody. That's it. Yeah. But Arsenal have sold 2 players. Jakub Kiwior is going to Liga Portugal, and Kyle Ein is going to Werder Bremen. Total deal between the 2 players, 20 mil. 3 for Kyle Hein and 17 for Jakub Kiwior. Making a little bit of money. So we're only 20 mil in the hole right now.
I want to know more about Jeremy Monga.
What's there to know? As soon as you see...
The group chat was telling me constantly that Arsenal would sign him.
Oh, I don't. What group chat?
The road trip group chat.
That is not
Version.
true. You're lying. You're
Arsenal
just
was
making
signing
stuff.
Johnny Monga, and it's going to be a great sign. He's going to be a great. He's going to be in the first team. He's going to work his way
Nobody
into the first
said
team.
that. Nobody said that.
I'm pretty sure Greenwood probably
You
sniffed
know,
it one time.
Greenwood did not say that. He's a future defender for Arsenal, but you're like saying a starter. Is that what you said?
I think it was said.
No, it was not said. You, if Greenwood if Greenwood said that, then he deserves to be kicked off the road trip. I don't think he said that. I think you're just making lies, and I think you should be punished. Two rights don't make a left. That is very true. Everybody loves Raymond. Not when he's talking Manzabi, because we need that's enough Manzabi.
It sounded like the sort of thing you'd say, Greenwood.
Yeah, guest in the show. I'm not in this group. You are not in what group? Yeah, the fact that we still have a club record sale of 35 million that is definitely criminal.
Didn't you sell Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain for about 40 million to Liverpool?
I don't think that. I think that might have been with the bonus or something, or whatever the value is. It's in that 35 to 45 range. Not good though for a team of Arsenal's quality that should be able to bring in better players as far as what they sell them for. Maybe some people think that if and where he gets sold, it'll be for more. Martinelli should be sold for the record. He should be more. He's worth more than 35 mil. He can score. He's not consistent, but what attacker is? What attacker is? See, I knew it. He never said Manga. Yep. See, you are just lying. Liar. Liar. Little liar.
I'm just saying what I heard.
Tom telling lies is to be punished with a day in Glasgow. There you go. There you go. I think that's probably a good punishment for you. Rosie, I don't know what she's talking about here. This is so stupid. I'm moving on. I think the record is a Wobie. So maybe it is a Wobie for about 42.
You're selling for Everton?
Yeah, that's where he is now, right? So
no, I think he's at Fulham now.
Wobie's moved again? Oh, all right.
I could have that wrong. Someone correct me if that's
probably,
the case.
No, you're right. You're right. He is there because Harry Wilson and him were the top players, I think, for Fulham.
Is Harry Wilson at Fulham now?
No, he is not.
Where's Harry Wilson gone?
I don't care. Nobody cares, right? Nobody cares where Harry Wilson is, right?
I kind of care where Harry Wilson is.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're at half time. We're at half time at Boston United, and it is currently Boston United 0, Lincoln City 1.
So stupid. So stupid.
As it stands, Lincoln will retain the championship.
Question: Harry Wilson, he starts for Leeds?
I assume he will.
All right, where does he start?
It will probably play him on the right wing. It will probably play. It's going to be him on the right and Okafor on the left, ideally.
That would be that's a nice front line with DCL there, right? So
I think it's very serviceable for the Premier League.
Maybe you won't even when you go to your bench, it's because you got a lead and not because you need to get the lead. Harry Wilson usually shows up. No, Russ, we get enough spam from you on WhatsApp as it is. Does that mean the road trip group chat is locked down? Sam's got to put his lock up. Yeah, no riffraff allowed in. Mason Greenwood would start for Arsenal. Nems, you are.
I don't think anyone in the Arsenal fan base will stand for that because they've already had enough sexual predators in their squad.
Yeah. Nems, I think you need to stop. Sorry.
Allegedly.
Yeah, you need to stop. Yeah. Well, I think Greenwood is at least there is some assault in there, right? So that much.
You got a nice mix, have you, Gary?
I got a what?
You've got a nice mix of crimes, have you, Gary, in that situation?
I'm just saying it looks like there was some assault there.
There is. We've all seen the video. We've all seen the outcome. I would not want him playing for my team.
Yeah, no, I think yeah.
I know he's not going to play for Leeds United, so I appreciate that I'm talking from a perspective of it's easy for me to say this because it's never likely to happen. But even if it was likely to happen, I would openly say I do not want this to happen.
Yeah, no, I think it's a tough one to try to sell based on, at least for Arsenal, based on how they like to deal with their players. So yeah, like I said, I don't. Yeah, that's the less talk about that. We move on. Sam, they all deserve the stuff you get individually. What? Tom
He's
is
basically threatening to send us even more WhatsApp nonsense.
Tom, is Meslier a good signing for Arsenal?
I'm glad, Russ, that you've got Ilham Elie. I would have driven him to the Emirates myself.
Can you drive? Do you have a car?
I do have a car.
Nice. What kind of car you got?
I can't legally drive it though.
What do you mean legally? Wait, do I have insurance? Do I have a license? What's going on?
I have a license.
You don't have insurance?
Or
you're not allowed to drive?
Well, obviously I can't drive following the stroke.
Okay. There you go. So you can, yeah. All right. Yeah. Is he a good signing for Arsenal? I'll answer that too. Not if he's going to have any thought of playing number 2 goalkeeper for Arsenal. No. If there's a chance that it can happen, then it's not a good deal for me. And there's a chance that he could be a number 2 goalkeeper in a game for Arsenal.
I so badly want him to play for you, though.
I mean, you know what? We might give him the Leeds game. Just easy win, right? I don't want him playing. I mean, unless they can change. I mean, they could change him around. He's been idle for over a year, right? He hasn't played any good football in over a year. It was what they said, 7 games left in the Leeds campaign, and they said, you know what? If we're gonna make it to the Premier League, we're gonna have to make a significant change, which I think you were calling for well before those last 7 games of the season. So maybe we should change the goalkeeper, right? Maybe when Sunderland, is it a Sunderland game, right? Is a Sunderland game late, and that was the season before, I think, right?
No, that was the same season, but it was the mistake you're actually thinking of. The mistake you're thinking of was earlier in the season in the away game at Sunderland, where we were winning 2-1, and Junior Firpo had the winning goal, and then he had the equalising own goal because Meslier didn't catch the ball.
True. Yeah.
Sad day.
No, what was the other one that he did? Remember the other one where the ball went over his head?
Where we drew 2-2.
Ball went over his head, right?
Actually got him dropped.
Yeah, because the ball can't go over your head like that, especially when it wasn't as if it was just a surprise shot at goal. Dude, they just were pinging balls at your goal all the last minutes of that game, and he wasn't prepared and ready. Yeah.
Basically, you can actually make a montage of his performances in that specific season.
Yeah.
Anyway,
those two games were
passed away. I am sad they passed away.
Yeah. We're not talking anymore about this guy. We're moving on. I can drive a Sam. I can drive.
He was a guest Sam on GB News, I believe, along with Nigel Farage.
Mm-hmm. Was that a Jeff Jarrett stroke? What?
That's very clever, Ross. Jeff Jarrett has a wrestling move that he calls the stroke.
Oh, okay. I don't think it was. What's worse? Okay, I'm not even reading that. Rosie, you're gonna get canceled. Sorry,
I think we should read it, Gary, just out of respect for our audience on the Saturday.
I'm not reading it.
Well, can I read it on her behalf?
I'm not reading it.
Can I read it on her
I am
behalf?
not reading it. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, so I'm going to put it up on the screen and say, what's worse, Gary mentioning Russ's dog or the fact that Tom can't drive, presumably due to his Jeff Jarrett stroke?
Or his
Clarence Carter stroke. I don't know who Clarence Carter is.
Nobody knows what Rosie's talking about most times. And just to make sure everybody knows, because nobody knows, but they should know. They should know. If you know this show, you know that what? Junior Purple is a slag.
Junior Firpo is a slag. And just to emphasise it even further, Gary, slag.
That
Look
is
at
one
that
of Mr.
moustache, though. It's a thing of beauty.
We're talking
Thing of
about
beauty.
international. We're talking about international stars playing for playing outside their homeland, and
Man, I
that
love Firpo.
Mr. Firpo is one of Mr. Tom's favorite Leeds players. So is AA Ron Son.
Hey, he's in the Champions League next year. Give him his due. Give him his due.
Who is Junior Firpo?
Junior Firpo qualified for the
nice.
Champions League.
Yes, Mr. Tom has a Scotta on a 1984 plate. He has a sticker on the back bumper saying, "I love Max Dowman." Yeah, I think so. And that's the scary part because he's not allowed to be anywhere near Max Dowman. There is a little rule that says he must stay away. Stay away because he's scary. I don't know what this is, Mr. Tom. You know what
The
this
Bonnie
is?
Blue Stroke. That's not PG.
Sam, is England going out? Nem says read it.
Read it.
I'm not reading it. I can choose what to read and not read, but Mr. Tom will read everything regardless of what it says, even if it's about him.
It's true, I will.
So, is that Jeff Jarrett, aka Randy West? If so, very suitable that his movie is called The Stroke.
It is Jeff Jarrett, aka Randy West.
There you go.
That's actually one of my favourite shorts, like we record after the show, basically of Sam saying that Jeff Jarrett is the spitting image of Randy West. It's good fun.
Yeah. And we've been trying not to say this word over and over again, but Big Gun is not getting the message. There's nothing positive you can say about him, but he's trying to find positives.
I mean, Mason Greenwood on the right will be more effective than Saka over the course of a season, or a 38-game season, in my opinion right now, given Saka's fitness levels.
We've seen that not too many players are better than Saka in his current fitness. So I don't know about that.
Norway are beating England, yes.
There you go. And Sam has been drinking already, and that's why he can say that. There's the only reason why he's not on the show, because Sam is probably drinking. Right,
Speaking
Sam?
of which,
Sam, what did you have today? Because you're in Norway. It's a big game. You got to have a really good breakfast, or in your case, a good lunch now, right? It's probably lunch has already come and gone. So what did you have? Did you have anything Norwegian for lunch, Sam? Yeah. And if not, what are you going to have like around dinner time during the match? Speaking of which I've mentioned, I've been to the Dominican Republic on holiday. Imagine that, Russ, in Dominican Republic, the DR, some call it. Mr. Sam has what? What does this mean, Mr. Tom?
Mr. Sam has a drag queen pasta.
Oh.
To which Sam asks, "What's a drag queen pasta?"
See, I thought
it must be something you put with your spaghetti sauce, I imagine.
I was trying to figure out if he meant that or if he meant he goes to church every day and then the drag queen pastor is there giving his sermon. So I didn't know which one it was. Or it could have been a paster. So, you got a hole in the wall, your drag queen paster comes in and clogs the hole.
So are you saying a drag queen paster is more of a hole filler?
I'm just saying that's what a paster does, right? I don't know. They usually fill holes.
So Gary, would you have the skill to fill a man's hole?
I think that's not where that should have gone. That this conversation should not have gone there. I should not have been involved in it.
But you were. But you were, Gary.
I was not involved. I'm moving on. There should be England-Norway show tonight. Surely it may never happen again. That is very true. But you know what? Sam's going to be drinking, so that wouldn't work. So we'll probably just have to hang out with Ryan. Yeah.
I will hang out with Ryan if Ryan will have me.
Yeah. Sorry, Tom. My prediction was England 3, Norway 1. There you go. So
why are you apologizing to me? I'll be thrilled if that happens.
Yeah. No. I think he thought we asked him, but we didn't. Because we didn't, but that's a good prediction, I think, for England. Sam is working his way through breakfast. What? I'm out to get a good seat for the game. Dinner soon, probably pizza. All right. So what is it? it's got 6 hours until the match, and he's got to get out soon and get a good seat. I assume he means at the pub. So here we go, Mr. Tom. Have you watched? What's the last time you gone to a pub to watch a match? I know you're not necessarily, like, would you remember?
It was, tell a lie, it was last year because I went to watch a Champions League match in a pub.
Cool.
It would have been, off the top of my head, it was Liverpool playing in Feyenoord, off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm. Did you get a good, like, what's a good spot in an English pub? What's the best spot?
I was sat sort of kind of a good 10 feet away from the TV, but admittedly it wasn't very busy.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I can get why Sam would go to a World Cup game hours before, because the pubs will fill up naturally.
Yeah, the whole country, as opposed to the whole country is seen as opposed to a city in a big country.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, it sounds good. I mean, I think you can make a day of it. That's kind of cool. When Arsenal was in the Champions League final, I decided to go to a pub thinking it'd be easy for me to go, say, 30 minutes before the pub opened. That was stupid. Basically, I watched the Champions League final just outside the pub. There was a big window, and everybody was standing there watching it. So I don't think I got any drinks either. I just sat there and watched it sober, which was a poor thing. People, I wasn't close enough to order drinks. Big Scunner says, "We are adults here, Gary, and not children. We shouldn't have NASA if it weren't. We wouldn't have NASA if it weren't for the Germans. At some point, there has to be a discussion. He's not committed murder now, and there's a lot worse at play. Yeah, there's levels to this thing, right? Isn't there levels to everything?" Big Scunner?
What I will say to that is,
as a football player, right? As a football player, there are levels to what your responsibilities to the to the people and the public and the people that you supposedly love.
And
I think he broke that trust.
Gary, all I would say is, I respect Biggs' right to want him to play football, but my opinion is that he shouldn't be playing football for my club.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with that same idea. I don't think. I mean, we've seen he's not going to play for Arsenal, even if I want him to. Arteta doesn't deal with that kind of stuff. But there are levels to it. Big Scunner. So, yeah, it's not the same as other things that have happened. And NASA, I don't care. Do I want to? I don't care if we go to space. That doesn't. I'm just trying to pay my bills.
Sacramento.
Yeah. So yeah, I hear you, but nah. How many top players have allegations against him? There's a long list. Yeah, there's a long list of people who don't play that have those allegations as well. Doesn't mean I want to invite them into my house, right? So you're looking at it on one side, my man. You're looking at it on both sides, right? Somebody got affected by that, right? Not anybody close to you, but that's what happens to some people. It's close. You got to think of both sides of the table there, my man. Would you go to Pride Pub? What does he mean by that? If it means a gay pub,
would he go to a pub that is welcoming people from the LGBT community?
Yeah,
that's what I imagine that question means.
Yeah, I would say yes. So I don't hate people.
I wouldn't not go because of that personally, but I'm not really a drinker anymore, so I'm probably limited in the occasions when I would actually do such a thing.
Sure. I think everybody should be able to do what they want. There's a lot of things I do people hate. so you know what I mean? And I'm not even doing anything wrong. They just hate it because they hate. Phil, okay. Oh my. All right, we're moving on.
Sorry, I'm imagining like Ludacris song. Gary fills up holes in different area codes.
This is a terrible. We're moving on. Sam, I hope that OAP ticket you got for the game. Oh, is that why he's gonna be hanging out with the old timers? Yeah. Nems, why are you asking questions about pride and drag queens? Yeah, I mean, it's nothing wrong with it, right? Not that there's anything wrong with it. I mean, you should be able to enjoy your life the way you want to, right? Right? Yeah. I get the same irritation from the whole Jada situation. Nobody talks about why he died.
I I don't know if I'm right in saying this, but I'm under the impression that he was speeding.
Yeah, I don't understand where you're like making connections where there aren't any.
Well,
The man was
because he's
speeding, got into an
what I
accident.
believe is because he's a Liverpool player, it's a bigger tragedy than if he played for someone else.
I don't know
that
how.
shouldn't be the case, Gary. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that it should. That, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But I do believe it has been heightened because he played for Liverpool.
But all those types of things, any kind of big situation that happens, be it somebody getting a ticket, somebody dying, all these types of things, it's all relative to, and it's all on a different level depending on where you sit in the celebrity status, right?
Speaking of someone dying, you know the Village People lead singer died this week.
Oh, is that right? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
YMCA.
Oh, speaking of which as well, Bonnie Tyler.
Oh, wow.
Bonnie Tyler died as well.
Oh, man. They happen in threes, so we got one more coming, supposedly, right? Usually when it happens,
well,
it happens.
Anne Widdecombe died as well. So
I don't know who that is.
She's a British politician. Or
okay.
let's put in another way, a very
is that a celebrity that we care about? Like
I will say, I don't think you'd like her, Gary.
But you like her?
No, not particularly.
So
I don't agree with her views myself.
Oh, all right. But she's popular, like a celebrity status kind of thing? Or she just has some popularity?
It's more like she's got notoriety because she didn't really give a shit when she spoke, sort of thing.
Sam likes the OAP tickets, so there you go. Yes. BX says he's with the... Yeah, you're going to keep beating this one. I don't know where you're going with it. It's not really conversation.
I do believe BX that might be more because of the financial gain she stands for staying with him personally, more than the fact that she's actually thinking he's not doing anything wrong.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like at the time. So if we can make it work, then good. You know, if he can change, good. That's what we want, right? But he did make a mistake. Bad one. Basically, Nems is asking whether he likes the Village People. Yeah, well, everybody likes the Village People, no matter what they say. Everybody
hates the Village People?
Yeah, everybody likes the Village People. Nobody hates the Village People. I don't care what they say. I don't care what they say. Everybody's done the YMCA. Come on. Speeding and drinking, driving a supercar should have had some awareness raised.
I agree with you, BX. It should have.
Yeah, but people are more upset that he's gone and not playing than you know, maybe he's a message to those who do speed and drink and drive, right? That's people look at the football side of stuff and not the real life side of things, because guess what? Football is supposed to be an escape from reality for a lot of people, right? People talk about it all the time, right? The whole thing with when COVID hit, right? People were like used sports as an escape from all the craziness that was going on, right? They didn't, that's what they used it for. Liverpool, offended by everything, ashamed of nothing. I don't know about how that plays into Jota's situation. I don't know how it plays into that one. There might be other things, but I don't understand how it plays into that one. You guys are, I guess I'm not going to agree with some of what you're saying. That's how this thing works. We don't mind. You don't have to agree with us. We don't have to agree with you. What were her views, Tom? I don't know.
I can answer that. I believe she did not like the gay folk.
Oh, so there you go. So yeah, she's supposed to be for the people, but not all the people.
She was portrayed as a very conservative individual, let's just say.
Yeah. You got BBK Sports in the house. Tehran, welcome to the show. He says, hello. Yeah, can we all agree? Liverpool are slags?
They are.
There you go. So,
they are.
So, yeah. Well, welcome to the show. We've just been chatting. We've gotten a little bit on the reality of life, these talk. We did talk about a lot of football. We've got Lonnie the Legend has joined us in the Instagram world. Says hello everybody, thanks for joining us. I should write a little message here.
Gary, have you got a new name? Is your name G Money?
Some people call me G Money, yes sir.
People
got Eros the boss in the house. Eros has his own music. When he enters the stage, I don't have it here, but he has his own music and it changes up depending on how things are going. But Big up, Eros. Thanks for joining us. Yes, some people call me G Money. I got friends that call me G Money, or even now, and over here in the States. So there you go, G Money. But I didn't like G Money reminds me of a character from New Jack City, and G Money got drawn by the pipe, and G Money made mistakes, and they had to drop their business because of G Money, and G Money had to be put down by the man. And then I need a good audio link for the matches as I work during both matches. Oof. That sucks that you're working, but yeah. Be careful while you work, my man. Yeah, you've gone on we did go on a tangent. I was trying to get off that tangent, but you guys keep drawing me back. Let them know, Ross. Let them know, Gary. Yeah, I'm letting them know. We got Pink Cushion in the house. Ian's in the house. Good day to you all.
Hey, Ian, how you doing?
People are joining us towards the end of the show, but it's good to see you here. Big up, BX from the Boogie Down. Yes, sir. AKA Gary, be good. I'm all right. I'm good. Am I as you said, am I my brother's keeper? And Nino said, yes, I am. And you know what happened to G Money, right? You know what happened to G Money. That's why I'll take the G Money, but I take G Money beginning of the movie. Remember G Money in the beginning of the movie when they're shooting buckets, right? He hits the bucket, right, to get paid, right? I like that G Money. At the end, G Money.
Wait a minute. So you're saying, we're hearing the word G Money a lot. So Gary, read out the comments because they all say G Money in some form while a dance break occurs.
All right, so here we go. Everybody ready? Hit it. AKA Gary Be Good, G Money, of course. Gary Wild.
Yeah,
at the Carter, yes.
Crunk.
Also, you got G Money, G Dog, Big G, OG, original Gary. Even though I think that's not what Rosie meant by it, but yes, sir. I got some names. When I finally meet Gary's dad and Tom in the Chinese buffet, I'm calling Gary G Money all night. That would be cool. I would like to see that. Maybe we'll have to do that. I need to get back to England at some point. I need to go and see the trophy in the Emirates. So I need to do that tour. I haven't actually done that tour. So I should come back and do some of that stuff. Ian, you slag, yes, sir. Gary's Unks money. There you go. I don't know if I have Unks money. Yo, Sam, you pigeon and fool fancier. And gull fancier. Ooh, that is some serious. All right, so fancier, what does that mean? Is that like nasty, or does he like to eat pigeon and gull?
It's because they were debating about whether a seagull is really called a seagull or whether it's called something other than seagull.
Oh, all right. That's a weird
The law
one.
on that is fantastic.
Yes. Eros, he saw the man. Akeem and the slickster.
African Dream, Akeem.
Yes, that's our dance break. How many we've had like 3 dance breaks today, people. That is, I don't know if that's a record yet, but that is getting
very
close.
Dance break heavy today.
Yeah. Sam is S Diddy. I don't S Diddy. Sam, I don't know if he wants to be S Diddy, but he does have a lot of. He has a lot of lotion at the crib, so
Did he Sam?
Sam, he's like. Ooh, we're moving on. I could get this to go wrong. Hope you all are well. Yeah, I'm well. How you doing, Mr. Tom?
I'm fantastic. I'm having a great time.
Yes, yes.
I'm getting to torment Gary. Of course, I'm having a great time.
There's no need getting individual coaching. He needs it. Here's the thing, Mr. Tom, because I think all attackers in football need this. You can tell me why they don't have this kind of coaching. Why can't you coach somebody that, guess what? When you're inside the 18, when you see that little box, a little line, when you get close to it, what should be on your mind?
Hitting the ball between the woodwork.
There you go. Why is that not the case?
I suppose for us, when we sit there and watch plans go, why can't you do what is logically obvious? But then at the same time, I don't have Virgil van Dijk chasing after me when I've got the ball in the 18-yard box.
But that means you get it out of your feet faster. If somebody's chasing you, right, with a weapon, you go faster. You get out of there pretty quick. So if you think...
Wait, so what weapon has Virgil van Dijk got?
We know he's got something very... No, I'm not going there.
That's not PG, Gary. That you need to go to church, sir. After that,
Well, I believe it's just his derriere that he defends with sometimes, right?
so basically, what you're saying is Virgil van Dijk's got ass.
He tries to use it.
Wow.
Oh,
Just-
Sam's got an answer here. Digullius noesius is the official Latin name. I don't know if that's right or not.
Noisicus.
I
Or is
know
it Nonsicus?
Noisicus, I think, because they make lots of noise. Yeah, that's right. Remember we used to do a show with with Sam, and he's like, "I gotta close the window." It's like, "What?" He's like, "The seagulls are going crazy out the window." Yeah.
Well, that
So
still occurs on a Friday because we get to hear the delights of the Norwegian wildlife. Let's just
there
say.
you go. There you go. Sam
I'm
has
not
at least.
complaining. We just
Norton M says he has 1K of baby oil. Oof. Oof. Sam,
that's a lot of baby oil.
can you read this? Because I don't want to read this.
See, Sam is see a worm dong.
I don't know what that means.
It's probably an anagram of some sort because Ian is the anagram king.
All right, there you go. See, Nems, you're just jealous of what Sam has. Nobody
You
said
just
that
share
ever.
slag.
Yes.
Slag.
Ian, I bet you are a worm dong expert too. Wow, you guys are experts in something I really don't want to
Sam,
continue.
you slag. You slag.
Yes.
Slag.
I was watching Yamal yesterday thinking, why can't Noni do that? And see, one's called Yamal and one's called Noni, right? That part that's one of the probably differences between the two. But I think what Noni has and what a lot of attackers have are the same things. They're too busy thinking about a lot of other things as opposed to what I believe. Like, think of this, Mr. Tom. If you're a defender, right, and the ball comes into the box, right, what is the only thing that matters?
Getting the ball away from the box, away from the goal, more specifically.
When I coach the little kids, I tell them a couple of things: get it out of here, and take it home. Basically,
Wait,
the
you
only
coach little kids football?
I coach my daughter's teams. Yeah, when they were younger.
Okay.
Yeah, there's two concepts I had: get the ball out of the box. I don't care how it gets out, just get it out of there. Nobody can score when the ball's out of bounds, right? When the ball goes out of bounds, guess what happens? Guess who scores on it? Nobody. Nobody no. It's 100% true. Ball goes out, crosses that line, you can never score. Nobody's ever scored from out there ever. It can't happen. So there you go. So, and then you know what the other point is? Get that ball into the box, right? I was screaming at the whole game. Get it out of here, to the hole, essentially, or to the box, whatever I call it. I can't remember what I would say. Sam is just slag. No, Sam is slag.
Slag.
Yeah, slag. Sam is slag. Facts, BX Gunner, watching the replay now. Yeah. Did you know, Mr. Tom?
Did you know that Ron Simmons won the Stanley Weston Award in 2021?
And nobody
which
cares.
is this week's Ron Simmons Fact of the Week.
That is some terrible facts. Yeah. I don't know what this means. Doom was my what?
Doom was
favorite.
his favourite tag team.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that
Doom
was the name of
is
the
tag team consisting of Butch Reed and Ron Simmons.
Oh, is that right? Oh,
It's
wow.
true.
Did not know that. Ross, Olmo, and Yamal were on smoke yesterday. Olmo, yeah, they looked. Spain looked pretty good. Yamal, all that work that he does, his accuracy is just as good as Noni's. Right? He has not scored a goal in this World Cup. He's looked good, putting the ball at his feet and taking a shot, but it just has not gone even on target. So he's struggling in that respect, but everything else good. Sam loves Diddy music. Yeah, he probably does. 100% BX. Bro, I actually have the house to myself today, and I had to watch that replay for those two alone. They were great yesterday. Oh, nice. Mr. Tom, you want to read this?
See a worm dong is an anagram of my name. Ian, you did it again, you absolute slag.
Wow. That's
Slag.
Eros.
You can make an anagram out of anything.
Nem says Eros is older than football, so there you go. When they played football with just a rock, Eros was there. Did Gary show his British passport while applying for the coaching position? I didn't. I just said yes, I'll do it because nobody else was going to do it. That's usually what happens a lot of times. Sometimes you end up coaching because it's like we need a coach for the team, and one of the parents always stands up. I stood up and said, yeah. I actually enjoyed it.
I've got a question about your coaching, Gary. Did you coach like Leroy Rossini for Chelsea?
No, I did not. I did not. Lonnie the Legend says, how's it going at Skynet, Gary? I'm still waiting for the T2000. So I don't know who Lonnie is, but sounds like someone who brings Skynet to... Oh, Lonnie the Legend. Oh, my gosh. You know what? I can see his face. Lonzo's in the house. I hate when I can't see what people's real names are. You know what? When I first looked at it, I couldn't see it. But yeah, right. That is Lonzo's in the house.
He's talking about Skynet. Of course it's Alonzo.
I thought somebody else talked about Skynet or about like some video game that we have no clue what they're talking about. So that isn't it. Boy, I don't know who it is.
No, you're thinking of Boy Tendio.
The Boy Tendio. All right,
talks about his zombie server game.
That's what it is. Nem says we need Gary facts. What's a Gary fact, Mr. Tom?
Chuck Norris goes to bed at night with Gary on his pajamas.
There you go. See you. There you go. What is the standing Western Award
under his bed to make sure that Gary's not there.
There you go. That's all I can say, man.
What is the Stanley Western Award for? Noteworthy charitable contributions to the city of Sacramento.
No, this is so stupid. All right, get that off the screen. Next up, got Sean B. Ellen in the house. Says, bless up, gentlemen. Harlan will be sending our Arsenal boys on an early holiday today. No? I don't know about that. I could see like a 2-3, a brace for Harlan, and they still lose. But I can also see a 2-0, one way or the other, right? Mr. Tom, I say this. Who scores first wins. What do you think?
Okay.
Yeah, who scores first wins is what I'm saying. Eros made the light bulb, so there you go. Eros, he knows some stuff. Are you both enjoying the World Cup so far? Start with you, Mr. Tom.
I'm not hating it. I'm enjoying waking up in the morning and watching the highlights on YouTube.
I'm enjoying the World Cup. I enjoy sports and whatever sports I'm liking at the time. I enjoy watching it. So yeah, I'm enjoying the World Cup.
I'm not enjoying the refereeing for Argentina personally. But...
Yeah, I think I could do without that. But I like seeing athletes go out there and do what they do best, right? And we like to see the underdogs, right?
That's very funny, right?
All right. So did Gary wear a suit on the sidelines, or did he rock up like Tony Poulis? Tony Poulis, man, I got my sweats on, man. All right. Yeah. Gary grew up before TVs. No, I grew up when TV had 3 buttons on it. BBC One, BBC Two, and then something else. I can't remember what the third button was for.
ITV One would have been the third channel in England.
Yeah. So that's where I remember the TVs just had 3 buttons on it. So, yeah. Back in the days, man. That was my days. Yeah, I was in England. Yeah, I was born there. I got my passport. Yeah. Ryan said he came back to see Gary getting triggered by a cartoon. Yeah, I hate that cartoon. I hate everything about anything that these guys do that has my name on it.
Gary, is it cartoon?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Just wondered.
Sam says the team that scores the most goals wins, and I beg to differ. I think the team that scores first wins.
I've got another question, Gary.
What's that?
Do you think the team that respects the dance break the most will win?
Yes. That is a definite.
To the audience, should we have another arbitrary dance break for no real reason?
Let me get to the chat, and I'll give you another point, and then we do the dance break.
Okay. All right.
Sean says he's Norwegian, and it would be the perfect result. Norway continues on, and our Arsenal boys get some. Yeah, if you're, I think you and Sam are probably in the same boat. Looking forward to seeing Norway move on. I mean, I think Norway. I think Harlan. against Norwegian defense would be something interesting to see, right? Especially if Erdogan can have some fun, but I'm not sure they're going to let him. Based on what we've seen from the officials, so he might get roughed up a little bit, and we know he struggles with that sometimes. Yeah, he says at least you're enjoying it, Tom. You've seen the Lamelo Ball move? I don't think I've seen it. Or
Who's LaMelo Ball playing for now?
I don't know. I'm not really a Lamelo. I'm not a Lamelo fan.
I've always been more interested in what their nutcase with father is up to.
Yeah. Finally, another Norwegian in the chat, says Sam. So there you go. Yeah. It's been a while since we've had two in the same chat. I think something's going wrong. Something wrong is happening here. Gary, you grew up with black and white TV? I did. I did grow up with black and white TV. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Like when color TV came out, that was like, can't afford it. So yeah, I had black and white TV. Where radio was the thing, right? You listen to the radio more than you watch TV. And TV usually went off. Usually like right 11, 12 o'clock. There was nothing on until the morning. And Arsenal fans laughed at me when I said Garnacho to Arsenal. Well, I have to say you're not laughing now, are you? Is there actually word about? Is there actually Garnacho news out there? Anybody?
You ain't stupid enough to buy him, are you?
No, I don't believe we are. I don't. But you know what? The problem is that Arsenal seems to have to get their Chelsea quota every summer transfer window for some reason. Like they have to get at least one. I don't understand it. I believe some money crap's going on. Like there's no way that they keep. Look at Chelsea's making money hand over fist no matter who they sell. We don't know what's going on there. All right, a Norwegian and an Arsenal fan too. Sam, there you go. Yeah, Nems. He's with the Timberwolves now. Oh, all right. Yeah. It's true, Ian. Never. Yeah. Ross Lamelo Ball is class. Is it class? I don't know about that. Lavaris still is trying to sell his first pair of big ball red sneakers. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Gary is a dinosaur. That's what some people say. Fake news, Juju. Yes, we are stupid enough to buy him, Gary. I hope not. I hope no. Garnacho is open to leaving. He's open to leaving Chelsea, but nothing yet.
He's open to leave Chelsea.
It's bad when they're like, we'll sell him for $5 million cheaper if he goes to a Premier League team. That's when you know Chelsea's trying to get rid of him because that monetary shift makes absolutely no sense, right? They never say if you're a Premier League team you get a discount. That never happens. The national anthem used to play before TV finished for the night. That's right. That is right. You knew it was the shows. You knew TV was about to go nighty tonight. All right. You know what we're gonna do in a little bit? We were stupid enough to buy Noni and Jorginho. I actually liked Jorginho. Noni, Jorginho, I actually liked him. I mean, I think not asking him to do certain things was too much, but I think he actually did a good job. He did a job he was asked to do. When he's asked to do too much, then bad things happen. Russ was really allowed to watch TV after dinner. Too naughty. Yeah, you know what? That is true. There was a show called something Neighbor that would come on. Love Thy Neighbor, I think it was. I think that had some raunchy bits in it, if I recall.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So, and I remember watching that and going to America later on, going, we don't have that over here. You got to pay for cable to see that kind of stuff. Yeah, Sterling was bad. So, Mr. Tom, guess what it is? Guess what time it is?
Oh.
Guess what time it is, folks?
It's time for the dance break.
Everybody get ready. Steady. Let's go.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, motherfucker. Come on.
Oh my. Yes, you gotta love the dance break, man. You gotta love the break. I guess you know what, to some degree I guess we have broken the Chelsea reject curse, but guess what we don't need to do is start another one. All right? Let's not start another one. Noni breaks the seal, all right? And then we move on and we do something else, all right? Garnacho, I don't know. Oh, come on. I know Garnacho scored against Arsenal and stuff, I mean, I think they still lost the match there because they didn't have enough goals to win, but he did come on and score a goal, put a little pressure on us. Sean says, "How about Real Madrid? They made 100 mil on academy players this summer, including maintaining future control of Nico Paz, Florentina Perez is an evil genius." Yeah, yeah. Well, you know what? When you got, I think the thing that I see, at least it seems like on certain teams, their players are technically sound, right? And it's easy to sell that because you don't see it much, right? There's something about Nico Paz that he's got like, it's like kids coming out of Ajax, right? You know what you're going to get. They're going to be pretty much sound in their football. Same thing with a lot of the City Academy players. You know they're going to have at least, they might not be the top levels, but their quality would be really good for whatever level this should be. So, yeah, I think it start. You put money into your youth.
Gary audio is quieting
You
down.
get something out. Maybe it's moving away. Chelsea would try and put an English tax quota on Garnacho if Arsenal buy him. Probably, but right now they're saying it. Right now the word is 45, Premier League 50 if you're outside the UK. So I don't know. Erling Haaland supports a good football team. Said no one
He
ever.
does.
Said no one ever. Is something wrong with your chest? You all right? Do we need to call the doctor?
Just doing the lead salute.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a thing called the test card that was shown on the screen all night. That's right. Remember that? The test card would come out with the colors and it would have the colored and then it would have the grayscale on it when we got to color. You would get that, right? Remember that? So you get the grayscale and then you,
test card, yes.
Yes. Yes, you guys grew up with no Netflix, grew up with no video machines, no recordings, no streaming. What? Internet? What?
I didn't
No
have Sky TV until
cell
1997.
phone. Cell phone. All phones were connected to the house, my man. Nothing went outside unless it was a walkie-talkie. That's as close as you got to talking to somebody. Yeah, no, you had to wind down your window in your car with your hand. You had to lock the door with your hand, like click, click.
Yeah.
Right.
Outrageous.
Some cars didn't even have seatbelts back then. I mean, there was no seatbelt laws. I remember, like, my dad would be driving home, and I would just be standing in the front seat telling him how to go, because there weren't like laws and all that back then. Until people started driving like crazy maniacs, and then they're like, you know what? Maybe we should keep people safe. But yeah, lots of things when I was younger, man. Oh man, a computer? What the hell's that? Typewriters as close as you got, right? Drive-throughs. I don't think anything called a drive-through. You just walked up, got your food, and walked away, right? You didn't drive through. Do you have drive-throughs in England?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not probably a lot.
In McDonald's, yeah.
Yeah. What else we had? Yeah, none of this like open table where you would reserve a spot at a table via a website. None of that stuff. The library is where you went to do your research. You didn't look it up anywhere. You just had to go in and pull out an encyclopedia and figure out what you needed to do. Yeah, Russ, Love Thy Neighbor is not PG, but it was good, cool to watch. Right? It was cool to watch. It was funny. Let's see, Slickster and Akeem. That Akeem intro was lit. I can't lie. Yes, we love that over here on the road trip. That is the dance. That is the dance number for this show. You might have to add that to the outro. Might have to give me that so I can add it to the outro because I think it's deserving. We have to have an outro.
Why didn't I actually put it on it? To be honest, I think Director John added it.
Oh, we need to add it to our outro. I need to update. I need to get the outro ready and prepared. I had to do a little bit of AI, as you guys can tell from the intro. Nice to do some outro too. You know what we can do? We can take that video and do a dance break with the guys. Nems, growing up without cell phones was a blessing. It was. You know what? Not having a cell phone with cameras on it, because first it was cell phones, then it was cell phones with a camera, then it was cell phones with internet, right? All of that stuff, right? Crazy times, right? That's too much information in the power of your hand. Too much power in the power in your hands. You liked Mind Your Language. Yeah, Mind Your Language would not work today. Making fun of people for where they
Gary, I
come
do have
from.
it on my laptop actually. Yeah.
Oh, cool. If you can send it to me in one of in the chat, we'll get it in. We'll get it in on an outro going into the new season. I don't know, when does the new season start, Mr. Tom? Does it really start? Does it start when the transfer period begins, or does it start when the
No, the
season
transfer
begins?
window ends after season starts.
So,
EPL.
so the new season starts. Is that when the first, like, when the players, the first set of players report, and then they is that the start of the season when the players report?
The season actually starts on 21st of August.
That's the first game.
Yeah, that's when
But
you play Coventry.
so that's when the season starts. So I don't have to do anything until August, right? You said August?
August 21st. It's the day it actually
21st.
starts.
All right. I like to change it before then.
The transfer window closes on the 31st of August.
All right. So you got about 10 games there. We did sign Kepper too. Yeah, Kepper. You're right. You're right. Kepper and Noni. Right. Yeah. Yeah. The house phones. You remember that? How everybody had a house phone with, and then in the beginning it had a short cord, and then eventually you would have that long cord that you can take to like any part of your house, because the cord was like 30 feet long. Did you have that, Mr. Tom? And where's your phone? The phone is always in the kitchen, right?
It's actually next
Oh, just
to
outside the kitchen.
my door.
Yeah.
It's
So
not in
either
my kitchen.
yeah, well, it's either in the kitchen or it's just outside the kitchen in the hallway where you cross paths most of the time. So
Yes, it's near to the front door, to be fair.
yeah. I remember that. There you go. Rosie
That's
says.
more because that's where the internet router is.
Rosie is no. Stop it, Rosie. We're going around the games today, and we have Mr. Tom, who's at the Boston United versus Lincoln City with the latest score. Mr. Tom, anything much going on in the game?
I'm glad you asked, Mr. Herbert, because obviously with our live check-in of our undisputed, unofficial World Club Championship match between Boston United challenging Lincoln City, the champions. It is 1-0 to the champions at the moment, with the 80 minutes gone on the clock. 10 minutes left. Plus stoppage
there
time.
you go. There you go. There you go, people. All right. Nems says, Sam, growing up with the internet and social media ruined you. Obviously, yeah. No, I think there's a lot of things that kids did not need to have. It's like sometimes kids don't need to be driving, until they're older. Like some states allow kids to drive, I think, when they're like 14, 15, and some kids can't officially drive until they're like 17, 18, But yeah. Sean says, "Did you see Noni's individual coach? Says he's still developing on top." I think Noni needs to. He still has to work on his game. So he's got to be still developing. There's parts of his game that he needs to work on. Right. So yeah. So if you can work on them, even this stage of your career, so be it. Right. E. Ross says, "I had a pager growing up and had quarters to go to the payphone to call whomever pays me." That's right. That's back in the days where you get the little beep beep and you go check it out. And then you had the 8008 joke. Remember that? Remember that? You don't remember the 80087355 joke? You don't remember? You didn't have that joke in the yeah.
Pagers never really took off in England.
Oh, because you didn't have enough drug dealers, probably.
They existed, but didn't
No,
really.
doctors. You know what? Doctors had it, right? Doctors had it, and anybody who had to.
More of a hospital thing.
Yeah.
And I had to say drug dealer thing.
Yeah. So here we go. I had a TV. I always had a TV and VCR in my room, as my dad worked at Romulo's. Yeah. Well, I don't even. VCRs did not exist when I was.
Breaking news, Gary. Apparently, England's World Cup quarter-final against Norway could be delayed due to extreme heat in Miami. Temperatures are expected to reach 29 to 32 degrees centigrade, with a real feel of up to 44 degrees centigrade at kickoff. FIFPro recommends delaying or postponing matches if the local temperature exceeds 28 degrees centigrade.
Surprise, surprise! A game in Miami in July. You know what? When summer decides to appear in Miami, expect, and this is for those who understand my temperatures, 80 degrees, bang, just like that, and it's 80 degrees, and then that's it for the rest of the summer, and that's like the low end of the high temperatures, right? So yeah, and it's humid, so you're sweating bullets essentially, as they say. You're losing a lot of moisture out of the body. We're gonna
When
get out of here
people
soon.
say sweating bullets, do
Yeah.
people actually sweat bullets? Like, has anyone ever actually died because someone sweated over them and they got shot by someone's sweat?
All right, we're
Has
moving
that ever
on
happened?
because
Has
this is
anyone ever actually died
this
because someone's
nonsense
sweat
talk is
got over them and they died due to the shooting of someone's sweat?
this nonsense talk. I'm not.
No nonsense. It's a fair question. It's a fair question.
No, nobody's died from sweating bullets. All right, Gary, how is it having a horse and cart for your only mode of transportation? I wasn't. I'm not that old. I wasn't that old, but we had a car. We had the one car. We were one car family. Now people have a car for everybody. Right? Public transportation was there, right? The buses and the trains, right? There was a train that went behind my house in Acton, so we had to get off our arses to change the telly.
Oh my
That's right.
goodness.
That's right. You had to get off and walk over and change the channel. Not that I had many channels to choose from, but yeah, when I was little. Even when I moved to the States later on, you still had I think you had about 13 or 14 channels. Not all of them worked. Yes, we grew up in a great era. Yeah, yeah. Back in those days, it was really fun. Yeah, still have a video recorder. I don't. Nobody has that. At least we have we have the streaming services record stuff for you now, so you don't need to do that anymore. John says, nah, we never used the house phone. Just went outside and didn't come back
Do you
till
call
dark.
him
Yeah,
John?
nah. Sean. I did call him Sean John, didn't I?
I
Sean.
thought you called him John.
No, I think I said. Maybe I did. Sorry. Yeah. E. Ross says Rosie. Yeah, that is very true. I don't know how it worked for you, Mr. Tom, but yeah. So your weekends were spent basically out the house, right? So as
Yeah,
soon as like
pretty
Saturday,
much.
as soon as like you know what it was. So Saturdays was cartoons in the morning, wrestling, and if there was a big boxing event, it would be right after that. So, but after basically watching cartoons, and you go out and play. If you got into wrestling, you watch wrestling after the cartoons, and then if there's a big boxing match, you do that. That's kind of the progression, at least from when I was younger. But after cartoons, you go outside and you play until you know what. If you were at whatever house you were at, that's where you got lunch essentially. And then whatever house you were at, sometimes that's where you got dinner late before you were told to get in the house. So that's how it was in the areas I lived in. Me too, Ross. Yeah, your dad worked at Crazy Eddie's. Crazy Eddie's. I don't know how that commercial goes, but yeah. Russ, look up Crazy Eddie commercials on. Yeah, they're funny. They're funny. I see the phone as friends, Sean. Yeah, break it down. BX will do. Um, Rosie says, "Hey, Ross says, "Hey, Rosie, young lady, it's been a while. Hope you're doing well." Yes, yeah. Rosie's doing all right. She's just tormenting me. Sean says, "Isn't it hilarious now that people are actually paying for inconvenience, like manual coffee grinders? What a weird reversal." That is true. Everybody likes the old stuff these days, right? Like to go back to the old times, right? A pencil that you sharpen, right? Imagine that, a pencil that you sharpen, as opposed to you just go click click, right? All right, and some things people like, yeah, the old days, like a pen without an eraser on it. Remember that you had pens with erasers on it? Not anymore. Not Now you just throw the paper away and write it again. It's more convenient. Gary, much easier to commit a crime back in the days. Only joking. Well, it's not a joke. It actually was probably. The problem was nobody was doing. I think people were just living their lives, and then people realized, hey, I could get something for free. And then somebody else said, hey, I can get something for free too. And next thing you know, crime sprees going on.
Interesting.
At least that's what I think. I am Eric. What's been happening? You had a good summer? How's the family? Checking in. Gary should watch Little Britain. It sounds like something I probably shouldn't.
You should not watch it.
Yeah.
Banned
Yeah.
in England.
All right. So there you go. Mind Your Language had a man from the West Indies playing a Sikh. Oh, yeah, that's interesting. Somebody playing a different nationality on a show. Ooh, yeah, that happens. Yeah, Mind Your Language, funny, but definitely controversial. Not PC as they say, right? Making fun of people because of their language or because of the way they speak, right? But yeah. All right, you should be able to laugh at people. You should be able to. I've said help to Rosie today, and I'm not going
I
to.
laugh
All
at
right.
Gary all the time.
Say hello, I mean. Yes. The landlines. Yes, landlines. Remember that? Everybody had a landline? Next thing you know, barely anybody has a landline anymore. E. Ross says, my mom used to get pissed off. Stop stretching the damn cord. That's right. You stretch it out and it gets all weird. It doesn't just hang straight down. It's like all tangled up. Remember that? And like then you would have to unplug it to, get it all loosed up. And then so you can use it again. I still use an ether cable at home. I still, what? That's the fastest kind of service for internet. That's what I'm on right now. You gotta have an ether cable going right into your router. All good, says Sean. Oh, sorry. All good, says E. Ross. I'm actually by myself today. Thank God I need a break. Wife and kids are doing absolutely great. How are you and the family? I miss your posts. Yeah, so there you go, Rosie. You are missed. Did anyone use their phone, the talking clock from the landline, or is that the nerdies? No, we had the time is 5:35 p.m. Yeah, I remember that. Do you remember? Oh no, you would call the phone number to get the movie times, right? If you wanted to go to the movies, you call up the movie theater, and then you would play back all of the movies and their times, so you could figure out what time the movie was.
I've never done that, but I know it existed.
Yeah, yeah, that's what we used to do. There was no
Usually,
internet.
the local
There's
newspaper to get the
So
cinema
if you
guide.
can't afford the newspaper because you don't buy the newspaper every day, right? Because then you would just call up the phone number. Especially, and if you're a kid and you're in your room, you want to go downstairs to find the newspaper, and mom may already thrown it away, or it might be lying in the bird cage. So yeah,
Mm,
was there iPhone house phone back then? iPhone. There's no such thing as an iPhone back then, man. iPhone house phone? No, it's a set of house phone. That's it. A landline. I did, Rosie. Yeah, we had the talking clock. Yeah, yeah. Sent us something, Tom, about tonight's game. So does that mean he sent it to me too, or just you? 'Cause you said you're joining.
it was the thing about the heat in Miami.
Oh, so you didn't send it to me. Got it.
I just read it out.
Oh, you did. Ah, there you go.
I read it out to
Oh,
you.
oh, I'm catching up. I'm catching up. Acting like clocks didn't exist, huh? Hell yeah, Gary. The codes. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Back in the days. Yeah, 911. Look, and reverse calls, so you can call home and get them to accept. That's right. You get the reverse collect. We call them collect calls over here. So you call and say, and then you would say, like some people, if you're really smart, your name would be, "Mom, pick me up," and she would not accept. And then, but mom would know to come pick you up because that was your name. Because you would give your name on the collect. They say, "Please leave your name at the tone," and your tone would be, "Mom, pick me up."
Gary's done this enough times that he could actually impersonate the tone of the service.
If you've been living in that time, you know that collect call tone. You know that trick too. Because what's the point of answering if all you're going to do is get in the car and leave to go pick someone up? You might as well just let them know, or you just collect, and then they would decline the call, and then you know they're on their way. If they didn't, then they probably wanted to talk and say, "You know what, we're going to be late or something." So 14712 to find out who. That's right. You could call the number. It would tell you. It would either call you back or give you your number. I think.
That's
Are you
what I
gonna?
use more than anything.
And then you would just hit the button. It was redial the number, right? Right. And then people are like, "Oh, sorry, wrong call." And you're like, "Damn it!"
Oh my God,
Yeah.
we're full time in the Boston versus Lincoln City game.
Mhm.
So, who won, Gary? Well, the answer is quite obviously Lincoln City have made their 22nd successful defence.
There you go. You had that all ready to go too. Imagine that.
I did.
There you go. Three-way calling. Remember?
I had the one in case that Boston won as well.
Yeah, remember three-way? There's three-way calling, and then there was party line. You know, and three-way calling you could make into a party line because you could call somebody who has three-way calling, and then they can call somebody. Next thing you know, you've got like 12 people on the phone. That was the chat room back then, right? And then you find like people would call in, right? Like somebody would call you, you would switch over. Like there was call waiting. Remember that, Mr. Tom? You had call waiting.
Yep.
So before you just get a busy tone, and then they said, oh, you know what? Wait, call waiting. So you get a little beep. You're like, just 1 second. You would click over to the other line, answer, and then like go back. And then if it's somebody you wanted to call in, you say, oh, I'll dial you in, and you call in. That's three-way calling, and then you would get a busy tone. But then if you had a party line, then you could call as many people as you want, and next thing you know, boom, you've got like 20 people on the call having a chat. Back in the days, man, that was some cool stuff. Sam gets no sun. Yeah. I have a memory which is ideal for numbers, but don't ask me what I had for dinner yesterday. Yeah, I don't. I'm not good with pretty much remembering anything. We're going to get out of here soon, so we're going to go through this chat, and then we'll get out of here. We're almost at the 2-hour mark. One car made out of strictly metal. None of this plastic junk they make today. That's right. All this plastic stuff all over in the car, right? The bumper, all, you know what? And the metal frame is all they care about, is keeping you safe, right? Screw the rest of the car. What's a video recorder? What are you talking about, dude? Yeah. Before you just watch. Remember, you just watch a show, Mr. Tom, and if you missed it, guess what happened?
You missed it.
You missed it, and you never got a chance to see it again. There was no like, oh, it'll be on next week. Nope. It happened and it was gone. Most shows, anyways. Except for like the Christmas shows and the Easter shows and the holiday shows, they would always come back, right? But most of the time, one time, you're done. You missed the news, you're done, right? Antenna stops working. Remember those days, Mr. Tom? You had an antenna, and if the antenna went on the fritz while you're watching a show, you could be in trouble.
Yes, I remember that all too well, unfortunately.
Yeah, and if you're watching a football match and antenna goes, and you're like, oh my gosh, and you missed like the goal. Yeah, Gary just summed up my childhood. Yeah, those are the days, man. Yeah, no videotapes, man. Yeah, playing videotapes. First, it was all you could do was play. That's all you could do. The first there was video players. You didn't even have recorders first. You just had a player, and you could play all the videos. So those are the cheap ones. And then you spent extra if you wanted to record. But then you had to get the tapes that had allowed you to record, right? Remember that? VHS tapes, yeah. They had the Betamax tapes, right? The smaller 8mm tapes as well. Those were hard. I think it's called the Betamax. They were the rear ones. Is tapes that black thing, Rosie? What? Yeah, the black tape, yeah. You had cassette tapes, man. You had cassette tapes. Remember that? Let's see. Gary watched Lou Laz and Arnold Skillard when he was young and the old. I don't know who that is. I mean, I remember. Who do I remember, Mr. Tom, back when I started watching wrestling? The Dream.
Dusty Rhodes is your
Dusty
boy.
Rhodes. Yeah, Dusty Rhodes was back in my days, man. Dusty Rhodes. Yeah, that would be the weekends we watched Dusty Rhodes. You watched Jimmy Snuka.
I watched Dusty Rhodes yesterday, to be fair.
Yeah, Jimmy Snuka. You watched I think even was Andre Giant way back then. I think he was.
Yeah.
I mean, Junkyard Dog, right? I like Jimmy the Superfly, man.
We've got one more. Basically.
Oh, we got the British Bulldogs, and you had Roddy Piper. I loved Roddy Piper. You gotta love Roddy Piper.
But
yeah.
Gary, did you have? Speaking of Dusty Rhodes, did you have? Yeah, sapphire, baby. Sapphire sauce, baby. Sapphire.
No, didn't have that. No.
Sapphire.
So let me finish this chat and we'll get out of here. Arsenal won't be able to resist offering 35 mil per Garnacho. The Chelsea team seems effort. Yeah. Don't say that, BX. Please don't do this. I hope not. I don't think we need a Chelsea player. Nems, my son is 21 and he knows what VH tips are. Yep.
If you will.
or nobody black. That's right. You know, you could get some gray ones because I had a gray one, but most of the time they're black. And then you could get some colored ones, but those are specialty. Yes. Everybody's checking in, saying hello. Rosie still has a landline, so there you go. So some people still have a landline.
In
Yeah.
England, you tend to have one to be able to get the internet.
Oh, is that right? Oh. Oh, because when it comes through the
You
phone
have
line.
it to plug your router into the landline.
Oh, uses that. Yeah, I mean, you're right about the landline, but like now I have like the landline, but then they put special cables in for the router now. So you get your house wired that way. So then they replace, so at least they have one place in the house that has the router cable come in, the RJ45, I think, or whatever it's called. That movie thing was American, I believe, Gary. What movie thing is she talking about? Yeah, and 411. That's right, 411 information line to get someone's number. That's right. You call them up and then you say, "Can I get the number to the Pizza Hut, or can I get the number to Thomas Ross?" Right? And they look up and they was like, "We got 20 of them." Oof. Okay, what about the one that lives in Acton? Oh, we don't have any there. Okay. What about the one that lives wherever Mr. Tom lives? Got it. And you go from there. That's back in the days, man. You actually had to talk to people to get information, right? I have a
Rosie,
landline.
before you go, could you put a link to my show in the chat? Because I know you have it ready to hand.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, to all the friends of the channel too, if you can. We had the yellow pages in the BT phone book. You had the yellow pages. You open the yellow pages, and you just look to see if your name's in there, right? See if your house is in there, right? Look up all your friends and stuff. See if they're in there. Tapes are in Stranger Things. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Speaking Clock. That's right. Yeah, the Speaking Clock. Never seen Stranger Things, and then you got to see it. Got to see it, Rosie.
Thank you.
Yeah. Gary knows the deal. Perfect collect call impression there. See, there you go. There you go. What else you like to watch, Nems? Not bad, Rosie. How are you? Says Pink Cushion. Did you guys have teletext or was that British? I think that's British. That kind of stuff. Sam and Gary grew up in Stranger Things. Yeah, I did. Grew up in that time. I'm good, and I'm out shopping for stuff for the house. So I'm in and out of the job. Thanks for hanging out with us. There was a dial disc, but at certain times it was the cricket scores. Yeah. Gary, did you ring the sex lines? I think everybody did. So, I'm not gonna lie. We used to prank call regularly. We used to call people, pretend to be a radio station. That's right, and get them to sing for the tent. Yes, those are the craziest. Yeah, we had the Jersey Boys. You remember the Jersey Boys, the jerky boys? Remember that?
My favorite prank call ever that I've heard online is someone phoned up doing John Cena. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Is Champ there? And his name is John Cena.
Nims needs a 3-minute timer to look at bitch test. Yeah. Hall knew about dodgy antenna. Yep. Yeah, we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna try to catch up and then get out of here, people. The laser disc was the latest things, right? And the laser disc, the big laser disc. Remember the laser disc was like the largest thing you could see. Yeah, the Great Muta. Yeah.
Thank you, Eric.
Was my favorite. Dusty Roads. If y'all will. Take care, everyone. Rosie's getting out of here. We're gonna get out of here as well. All right, I'm gonna finish up trying to go through all this chat and we'll get out of here, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Mr. Tom's channel, check it out over here. Mr. Tom's channel every Friday. He gets in there with Sam and they talk about wrestling.
This Friday, we will be watching WCW's Halloween Havoc, and it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, check it out on Friday at 7 p.m. All right. E. Ross is subbed. Thank you very much for that. We had no
he has as well because it says here.
Very cool. Check out the Mr. Arsenal podcast. You are here, so you know what I'm all about. So if you haven't, subscribe and like. The Jerky Boys, that's right. Hey, you Rubbinette, that's right. Remember the Jerky Boys? That was funny. That was the time when you could just play around and make fun of people, and now you can't do all that because it hurts people's feelings sometimes. But it's just a joke, man. It's just supposed to be a joke. It's not supposed to hurt your feelings. It's supposed to laugh at yourself. Check out C. Moss in the house. Miss Melina. Highbury fans for Arsenal. Check that out. It's one of the spinoffs from the Arsenal podcast. Gary, this is a fun live. Thanks for your time. But yeah, thank you for joining. I enjoyed. Went down a dark hole for a little bit. We came out very good here. Check out Dan's Laguna channel and BBK Sports Tehran. Check that out. Next week we should be back next week. Yeah, we should be back. We should be back on Tuesday into chat. Like I said, we'll probably be off and on, so we might have a show. We're not gonna have a show every day, but when it gets into August, we'll probably start getting back into a regular schedule because football will be on every weekend. Subs gone up from 7 to 8. Yes, thank you. We'll take that. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining, Mr. Tom. Say something to the people.
Thank you for supporting Gary in all his YouTube endeavours. Come back next week where we'll have even more nonsense. And there's actually the next unofficial World Club Championship matches on Friday, so Gary has been spared it for next week. So.
All right, that is good. That is good to hear, and I'm glad we don't get to hear much more on it. Everybody, thank you again for joining. I'm just checking to see if there's any latest news. It's the same that we talked about earlier. Arsenal is still in for Bruno, Solis, and then it's a matter of Rodgers being worth enough. And
is that another one from your source, Gary?
Yeah. We might be able to. I don't know if we're going to be able to sell. Oh no, this is Fabio Vieira. Did we sell him yet? I don't think so. So Solis probably is the next player to come in. Bruno, I think it's going to be a little back and forth. Just pay the man. If Vinny comes to the carpet, as they say, that would be nice. Some people will like that. Some people will like, Check out Line Text. Check out On the Stoop with Lolo. Yeah, check out all our family channels here. Mr. Tom, anything else?
No, I've had a great time.
Yeah.
Tormenting Gary is one of my favourite pastimes.
Yeah.
I would do it for free. So I'm definitely doing it now that Gary's paying me.
I am not paying him. I got no money. Got no money to give him. Everybody, thank you again for joining us. We'll do this again next time. Like I said, August is when we probably get back into the flow because, that's when Sam will be able to give us more of his time, I hope. And we'll go from there. And we'll see you then, everybody. Thanks for joining, Mr. Tom. It's been, everybody, we're out of here. Enjoy. Have a good one. Yes, have a good game today. We've got some good games today. Hopefully the Swiss can do everybody a favor, right? That would be crazy.
Life is a journey. Don't waste the trip. Enjoy the ride. There you go.